Morning, it's Edith Mary again. A couple of days ago, week ago, I did a little short video on what to expect from your tarot reading. So today I thought I would do the opposite, what not to expect from your tarot reader. Number one is that your tarot reader cannot read your future. I'm sorry, I know that's why a lot of people go to readers to find out their future, but your future is totally dependent on the choices that you make today. You could choose to take the highway to work or to take the access road. Your future is totally different on those choices. One will get you there faster, but there's more traffic. One will get you there slower because of the traffic lights. If you get there slower, maybe you missed your boss. Maybe you missed an opportunity. Maybe that opportunity you would have been missing was an opportunity that might not have been so good for you. So your guides were holding you back so that you wouldn't even have to make that decision. So, because you were more likely to make it if you were there. And that if you had chose that decision that you would have been asked to make because you arrived 5 minutes early, would change your entire destiny. And yes, sometimes your entire destiny is changed in the blink of an eye because of the choices that you make. At any particular given moment, you can make any choice you want, and your future will be different because of that. So what your reader does is see a specific set of circumstances. You can, at any point, choose to go in that direction or go down that path, or you could choose to take a different job. Your future will be different. Neither one is bad or good. They're just different. And so that's why a reader and a psychic can't really tell you what your future is. They can tell you only a specific set of possibilities and things that will happen if you do this, and other things that will happen if you do that. So that's why they can't, because we are so full of potential at any one time that choosing a specific path because someone told you that's where your future lies, that was just one set of possibilities. That may not have even been the best path for you. But only you can determine that, and only you can choose one way or the other. So that's the one thing that they can't tell you, or that they shouldn't be telling you, is your future. They should be telling you, this is what I see if you decide that, or if you take that job, or if you marry that person, this is what I see. They also cannot tell you when you're going to die. As a hospice volunteer, I sit with the dying all the time. And you can come pretty close to looking at someone and saying, oh, yeah, they've only got a few days left. And then they rally, and they're still here for 6 months. You know, and you can look at them and go, oh, they're fine. And I have done this myself. My last client that I had, I looked at her and I said, she's fine. And she was dead in 3 days. Because she was in one of those good days. But the decline started within 24 hours of my visit, and so a reader should not be telling you when you're going to die, because they don't know. And even if they are that psychic, they should not be telling you, because that's not fair to you. To have to walk around with that knowledge. If we knew when we were going to die, what would be the point? You know, you party up to the last second and then repent or whatever. So that's not fair to you to tell you that and put you under that kind of stress. They also should not be telling you, come back tomorrow to get your answer or for another reading. Tomorrow I'll have that answer for you. Oh, and bring me another $45, $50 or however much they charge. That's about the money, not about you and your reading. That is about grabbing for every buck they can get. And they become con people at that point, a con man or a con woman. Because all they're doing is stringing you along and getting as much money as they can out of you. Ideally, if you have a full reading, you should not be getting another one for at least a month. At least. And more, in order to let what we have told you begin to manifest in your life and you to begin to make those changes, you can't do that overnight. So a month is the minimum amount of time that you should be getting a reading, and ideally only once a quarter. If you're going to get readings that often, no more than once a month, and 2 to 3 months is really more ideal even. So think about that one. If they're telling you to come back next week and bring $100 and they'll remove the curse, that's not reading. If they tell you come back next week, the cards will be clearer then, that's not reading. You know, so it's take it for what it's worth and put your money in your pocket. Now having said that, a lot of readers keep you to very strict time on your reading. And when you run out of time, you run out of time. If you have more questions, then you would need to either pay for more time or you would come back for another reading at a later date. A person's time is the most valuable thing there is. You should not be hesitating at all to pay for someone's time. Their knowledge is one thing, their time is another. And that's actually what you're paying for, is a person's time when you're getting a reading. So respect their time and try and get all your questions in, or make an appointment to come back to fill in later for like a half a session or so. But if they're telling you to come back for your answer next week at the same amount of money, that's kind of pointless. So don't go there. Be mindful of the fact they charge for their time. And if you need more time, you should not necessarily have to pay for a full session. If you need to extend it, or if there's someone else waiting, come back next week to go over what's already been said, but not to do any more reading, because that's way too soon. Another thing tarot readers or card readers should not be doing is, I had a young lady contact me on Facebook, and she wanted me to help her cause this young man, her friend, to fall obsessively in love with her. And I had to explain to her about not making someone fall in love with you and the consequences of that. Because that's not really love, that's infatuation, and that's not healthy. And the karmic the reality of that is that when you open that door to control and manipulation of others, it's a two-way door. That door swings back the other way, and you open up yourself for that same control and manipulation, and quite possibly even worse. So you don't want to do that. That's pointless, and it's ridiculous to even consider trying to manipulate someone else like that. And I also had to explain to her that that's not love you want. They'll eventually see through that, and they'll leave you and then hate you, and what's the point in that? So that's not something you can ask your reader to do. That's not something your reader should even be considering doing for you. They should be educating you, which is what I did with this young lady, about karmic laws and control and manipulation of other people, and the fact that you can't force someone to love you, period. So your reader should not be telling you to do this, that, or the other thing to control and manipulate another person. The only person you should be trying to control and manipulate is yourself into being the best version of yourself you can be, to transform yourself into something better tomorrow than you are today. That's what a reading is about. Helping you with the tools and the knowledge of the choices you make can help you be a better person tomorrow and have a better life tomorrow based on what the reader sees in your cards. So I cannot think of anything else at the moment that a reader should not be telling you and you should not be asking. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments below, or private message me if you like. If you want a reading, private message me on Facebook. If you want any information on any of the classes I give, whether they're tarot classes or art classes, please let me know, and I'll tell you all about what I can do, what I do, and what I might be able to do for you. So, having said all that, please like, subscribe, and share. I love the affection and attention that brings. And I like knowing that I've been of service to you and that what I do is of value. So I would appreciate you spreading the word if you have had value. Can't think of anything else at the moment. I love you all. Bye-bye.